Hey everybody, Tim Norris here, aka Gray Elephant.
And Carmen Norris.
And welcome to a live play review by Gray Elephant Gaming. What are we playing today?
Today we are playing Discoveries, the Journals of Lewis and Clark.
Right, and you might remember its predecessor, Lewis and Clark, which was a racing style game. This one is quite a bit different, I feel.
It's very, very different.
So it's not Lewis and Clark, the dice game. This one is its own style, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would think so. And the reason it's called the Journals of Lewis and Clark is that each time you make an expedition, you have to journal it.
Yeah, and that'll make sense as we're playing the game. And speaking of that, let's just start playing the game.
Let's go.
All right, so we got the game all set up here. These are the native tribes that we're going to be able to try to acquire. And they're going to help us do like little bonus actions that would be different than, well, they're kind of the same as what we do on our board.
You can generally travel faster.
Yeah, a little bit faster travel actions. These are the cards here, and just so you know, these are two-sided. So whenever like a native tribe card is selected, this will just flip over and replace that. Whenever one of the travel or expedition cards are taken, then we just slide that up to there.
So that's another thing to keep track of.
It is something to keep track of because it's very important that you pay attention to what type of journal cards are being, expedition cards are being taken, because down at the bottom, sometimes there's points, value. So like this is worth 8 victory points at the end of the game, but some of them have like wildlife, what is that? It's foliage. Did I say that right? Foliage?
Foliage?
Foliage? And if you create sets of those, they're worth bonus victory points. The other thing you'll keep an eye out for are the TPs. You'll get those on the native cards, and sometimes they'll appear, I believe, even on these, if I remember correctly.
There's a TP on this one.
And those will be all worth bonus points at the end of the game. Now, what we do, we're going to roll our dice, and depending on what types of symbols pop up, we're going to use those dice to activate abilities on our cards, and also whenever we get the native cards off of them as well. So this will all make much more sense as we're playing the game. But just so you know, there's some dice out here. For whenever you take a native card, you're going to gain a die. That basically represents that native tribe. And there's 2 different types of native tribes. There's hostile and there's friendly, which we'll explain those as we're playing. And as you activate the dice, they're going to go on either this side of the river or this side of the river. And you can, at some point, I mean, I may even have some of Carmen's dice. And like I said, as we're playing, that'll make sense. So, Carmen, we're going to put 2 dice here in the center of the board. I'm going to shake them up because at the beginning, we're going to need to start out with a journal. So, close your eyes and pull one of the dice out. And I swear you got to be peeking because that's 2 times in a row, and I know which one you're going to take.
I'm psychic. So, I want this one.
Okay, so Carmen takes hers. This one will replace that, and now I get a choice of one of these. And I'm going to take this fish, because I love fish. Now, this is going to go up in the corner right here. And now what happens is both of us roll our dice, and we're going to set them in the center of our board.
I dropped this
just like this. Now, one thing to always keep in mind is that when you activate your dice, you have to do them in sets. Now, you don't have to do all of the dice of the same, but what I mean by that is that, for instance, Carmen has a nice little variety here. She can't use the horseshoe and the foot, the travel action, in the same turn. She has to do either feet or the horseshoe. She has to pick one or the other. So,
or if I had, like, 4 feet, I could put all 4 feet on the board.
Just like the book, Feet, the Dr. Seuss book. Okay, so Carmen,
you have 4 feet.
I do have 4 feet. I do. It's 4 feet.
I am first player.
You're first player, so let's get the camera to you and let's get this game a-rolling.
Okay, this is the expedition I'm taking right here. As you can see, I have to travel 4 river spaces and a mountain space in order to gain 8 points. Now, it's very tempting looking at my dice. I actually have 2 feet and a journal dice, which would allow me to move 3 river spaces. And so I almost want to go ahead and put my feet on the board.
Feet.
But I'm not gonna have enough dice to complete the journey. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this native dice, put it right here, and this signifies that it is a friendly tribe. And I actually see this card over here that I want really badly, because it only costs 1, because it is a friendly tribe. It's going to allow me to move 1 mountain space and 2 river spaces with 2 feet, which is much better in my opinion. So there we go.
You also get a gray die.
Now I'm going to turn this in, and it's going to go over here on the board.
Because it's got the symbol right here and it shows. It's real easy. So any of the native dice, the journal, and then on the other side, we've got the feet, and we've got the cavalry or the horseback. So these are like the travel ones. These are different types of dice.
So I'm going to gain a gray die for taking that card. I'm going to roll it. Oh, look.
Another one.
And then put it in my pool, and that's the end of my turn.
And one thing, now we replace that card. So we'll flip up a new one and place it up there. So we have 2 hostile tribe cards, and then we have 1 friendly tribe out. And it takes 2 dice, if you notice here on my player board, to be able to negotiate with a hostile tribe. Only 1 for a friendly. This action here allows you to swap this card out. So if you don't like what you have here, you can swap that out and get a different one. This here, you could place a die, and you can change 2 other dice from your pool into other symbols. So for instance, if I don't like these feet, I could turn them into maybe 2, but they have to be both of the same. So for instance, let's say if I place this here, then I could say, well, I want now both of these to become journal or something different. And then these are all our travel actions. Now we notice how some of them have the up arrows. That means that the die will be immediately lost. And that'll make sense because I'm probably going to take this action right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place 3 of my dice because I know I have to place 3 because there's 3 different little squares there. Notice 2 of the squares have the up arrows. That means one of my die is going to stay there, but 2 of them are going to go away. So 2 are going to head up to here on that side of the river, and then this one is going to stay. Now I could, if I wanted to, because this is a foot action, I could place another foot on here as well if I wanted to. I'm not going to mess with that at the moment. I'm just going to save that, and I'm just going to leave it that now I'm set up that I'm going to be close to be able to take a 2 mountain action move. Now one thing to keep in mind is that you must do these in order, and what I mean by that is that you take the journey first, then you write in your journal. This is writing in your journal action, okay? So whenever I place this die here, so right now the journey's being taken place. Placing this here means that I have written in my journal and I've made, notes of my journey, okay? But you cannot place this one first. You must place this first. So the action with the horseback or the foot must take place before you actually write about the journey.
I am greedy. I'm going to go crazy and put this here and grab another friendly tribe. So
and then that die will be lost, but you might as well just hang on.
This die is going to be lost. It would go back here because I used it, but because I got a card, I gain a die. So I'm going to roll this. And oh, yes, that's exactly what I needed. Look at that.
Okay, and then up here we'll take this card and we'll flip it up there, and we now have 3 hostile tribes. All right, I'm going to do a real simple action. I'm going to recall my workers. So all I do is I bring these guys back, and now I'm allowed to re-roll as many dice as I choose. I'm going to re-roll I'm not going to re-roll that one, but I am going to re-roll all 3 of these, and then I just basically place them back onto my player board like that.
Okay, so now you can see if I would have put them here, that would have allowed me to move 3 river spots, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to put them up here, and now I'm going to journey 1 mountain spot and 2 river spots, which is probably going to help me out a little more for this card.
Okay, and I'm going to take my horse and I'm going to place it on this spot here. So now I'm set up. Once I decide that I'm going to I need another journal die, okay? But once I get a second journal die, I can place one here and one here, and then the magic will happen.
This is real simple. Basically, it's the same thing Tim just did. I'm going to place my horseshoe.
Copycat.
Yes, right there, so that I'm going to be able to travel on my next turn.
So it's not going to do me any good to place this here or here yet. And the reason is because you don't travel partial on your card. You have to complete the entire journey in one action. All right, so placing this here for 2 mountain actions, well, I can't get past the river. Placing this here for 2 river actions, well, I can't get past the mountain. So I have to wait until I get a second journal. To be able to do that, I'm going to place this die here, and that's going to allow me to change 2 dice to something of the same. You know, I'm just going to turn that into a journal. But then this one is going to go away, so it's got the arrow, and it will go up here to the foot side of the river. Now I'm primed for a travel action, but the good part is you're about to see that with Carmen here real soon.
Okay, this is exciting. I'm ready to write in my journal all about my journeys with Lewis and Clark. So I'm going to place this here and this here. That means I have written in my journal, and I am going to take 2 river actions, which is 1, 2. And then I'm going to go over here. There's another river, 2 river actions, and a mountain action.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 river, 1 mountain. That means this card is complete.
So I'm going to slide this under here and choose a new one. So let's see, what journey do I want to take next?
What wonderful journey.
And this one looks really easy. I think I'll just grab
easy.
Yeah, and it gives me a TP for the end of the game.
So then,
and then
this
we're
will
going
go
to replace
up here
it.
now to replace it.
Okay.
And now
I am going to...
Oh, you should have lost the die from here.
Oh,
okay?
I'm sorry.
So one of those should have been gone. It should have been placed over here.
That goes up on the board immediately.
Yeah. And
okay,
then
now,
that should have happened immediately, right now. But she'll re-roll all 4 of those.
Gather all my dice and roll them.
I'm extremely jealous because you keep getting the chief heads. I haven't rolled a single chief head yet. So I'm going to take a travel action as well. And now I have 2 river and 2 mountain. One thing you cannot do is you cannot say, okay, I have a total combined 2 river and 2 mountain, okay, and create like a pool. And what I mean by that is that you have to do these one at a time. I have to, without a doubt, I have to start on the river because that is the first spot. If, let's say this mountain was a river.
Let's say this was gone.
Well, hang on. Let's say if this was a river as well, I would not be able to complete this journey because I would take my river action. Okay, I'm doing it. Oh, now we hit the mountains. If this was a river as well, and that one is 2, I would be done because now I would take 2 mountains. Do you understand? So you cannot break this. You don't have a pool of actions. You will take them one at a time. So I have taken my 1 action from here to be able to move to this spot. Now I'm taking my mountain actions 1, 2, and now I have completed this journey. So this will now slide underneath my card. Whoops, don't flip them over. I don't know why I always flip those things over. Anyways, slides underneath my card, and now I get to select another one as well. Now, something you can also do at times, and this could possibly happen, especially with Carmen, she has so many of these cards as well. And as you start claiming more dice, you're going to start taking greater travel actions, and you're going to have many different things you can do. And what you can do is you could possibly complete yours, still have actions left over, and you can carry that over onto the next card that you're going to acquire. And if you do that and you can complete 2 in 1 action, then you actually get to take a whole nother turn right after that, which is really cool, to be honest. Not easy to do, though. I'm going to take this one here. It's a simple one to do, and it might allow me to do that, exactly what I was just talking about. So we're going to slide that one up there in its place. Now what I do is I'm going to take my 4 dice, I'm going to roll them, and then I put, and see, I still have not rolled a single chief head. I'm getting jealous of your chief heads, hon.
Mm-hmm. This is so tempting because this card is so easy. 1 mountain, 2 rivers. If I complete this, I'm done. So really, I could use one of these to, you know, go over here, change a dice, and then I would have all the dice I need to complete that. But I'm greedy. We know this. We already know I'm greedy, so I'm going to use these.
What, the chief heads you
right
keep
here.
getting that I can never, ever get?
Now, the problem is, this is the problem, though. I lose both of those.
Yeah,
so I lose my gray dice. So I'm really taking a chance doing that. Yes, the one that I wanted was this one.
Okay, so that'll get you another gray die back.
And see, I get a gray die back, so it's not that big of a chance, right?
Still, I don't get any chief heads.
I know you're
I'm
jealous.
like full of jelly. Ooh. I'm all kinds of jelly.
I got a horsey.
I got a horsey. All right, so because I can't seem to roll what I need, I'm going to place my foot there, and I'm going to change both of these here to chief heads. And then that way, I'm going to be able to hopefully be able to get one of these tribal cards over here.
Well, as you can see, I'm running low on dice, so I am just going to recall all of the workers of my color. Now, I have a choice. I could just recall all of the dice from one side of the river, so I could just take these and then end up with Tim's dice, but that doesn't really make any sense at this point. So I will take all of my dice and roll them. And the camera will not focus on them. Ooh, fancy.
I think I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to recall my workers as well. Now, if she would have taken those and rolled them, I would have recalled them probably from her anyways, because she could technically use my workers. But if I recall them and they're on her player board, well, I just get them back. It doesn't matter.
And here is the journey I am trying to complete. 1 mountain, 2 rivers. That actually is right here on this card. That's do nice. Have 2 feet. Feet. I put them right up here. Now immediately this dice goes away and goes over here on the board. It's very tempting because I have so many dice left to try to complete this and another one whenever I put my journal dice on. But dice, whatever. Anyway, when I put these on, I could possibly complete 2 cards, but I don't see that happening because most of my cards don't require horseshoes. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to work.
All right, and I'm just going to put a little horseshoe here. Put a little horseshoe here.
Now I could possibly get all fancy, recall my die from over here.
We just went through that.
But I could get, in order to do this action, I could do that. If I recalled my dice, I could switch it out, and I could get 2 cards at the same time. I don't know why it's that big of a deal, though, so here we go. I will just do it. I am done. I have completed this card right here for 5 points. It goes under there. I'm going to pick out a new one. None of these are really all that hot. Why would I take that for 3 points when I could get this one for 5?
I know, it's kind of stupid. I was looking at that too.
All right, so, a birdie. I want the birdie.
You gotta roll your dice again.
I gotta roll the. Do I roll these as well?
No, you don't.
Do I have the choice to roll those?
No, you don't.
I don't?
Only when you do a recall action.
And,
Well, not a bunch of chief heads?
A lot of horsies this time.
All right, so real simple. I'm going to complete my journey by writing in my journal, and that gives me 2 river spots. That is 2 river spots. So we're going to put that underneath there, and now we're going to select the new one. I was really hoping you was going to take that travel action, so now I can get that bird.
No, my birdie.
Bird. So I get to re-roll these, and I cannot roll chief heads.
Once again, I have a very simple card to complete, but I don't have the dice that I need for it because in order to do this, I need 2 feet. So, as you can see, I don't have that. I'm going to recall this dice, which is going to allow me to re-roll as many dice as I want. So I'm going to re-roll these, and we'll see what I get. And I got feet.
Feet. Okie dokie. I'm going to get me a card over here. So I'm going to put both the chief heads here. That means they're going to be placed on this side of the river. And now I get my selection of any one of these 3 cards. This is nice. It'll allow me to travel 4 river spaces. So I think I'm going to take it. So place that there.
Okay, an animal card has just gone away.
And then this will be placed in its spot.
Hey guys, don't tell Tim, but I'm trying to set up a combo.
Yeah, I know, okay.
I'm going to try to do this one.
Just look, you got like a bazillion cheat dice right off the bat. I'm in the fight for stuff.
I'm going to put these feet right here.
Oh, I should have gotten that.
Which is going to allow me to do that when I'm done. This is going to go back over here onto the board.
Alright, so I'm going to use this die here, and I'm going to change both of these into chief heads again.
Ooh.
Well, I can't roll them for crying out loud. Yes, I'm going to continue to whine the pain.
And now I'm going to take this horsey and put it down here. And one thing that we haven't really mentioned specifically is that when you use a gray die, you want to try to use it on a spot where you're going to keep it.
Yeah, if unlike you use what you've been doing.
I've been using them a lot on the arrow spots where I lose them again, which is really not usually a good idea.
All right, so I'm going to use another chief head. So, I mean, it would go here technically, and then it goes up here. And I'm going to get this card right here. What this is going to allow me to do is that I can change a chief head die into any one side that I choose of whatever action I'm taking that turn. So, like if I'm doing a foot action, I can change this one into a foot action if I wanted to. So now this is going to replace...
And we just lost some foliage.
Foliage. We lost foliage.
All right, I am all set up. I am ready to journal my travels. So I'm going to journal here and journal there. This allows me to move 1 mountain space and 2 river spaces. So there's 1 mountain space, a river space. Now I'm going to go over here and start traveling. Another river space. And
so that completed this one.
2 river spaces.
So then now that means she completed 2 cards.
This one has been complete.
And then this will slide up there. So now what she gets to do, she selects her new one. But first, you select first, then you re-roll your dice.
And then I re-roll my dice. See, this is awesome.
And now she gets to go again.
You get an extra turn when you do this. Bonus.
Bonus time.
All right, so now I got to decide what to do with all these. Ooh, fancy. Let's see. I'm going to have to go mountain, 1, 2, 3, 4 river spots. Do I have a spot? No, I don't have anything for that.
We can start with your feet here.
Yeah, this would work.
Yeah.
So I'll just put those feet right up there for my free action. And one of those goes over there.
All right, so now I'm going to spend another chief head, and I'm going to grab another one of these. And then that'll give me another great die, and then this one will flip over and take its place.
This is awesome. Look, I got to do 1 mountain and 4 rivers, and I already have the dice I need to do 2 more rivers, so all I need is another journal dice, and I've got this complete. So what I'm going to do then is just recall these right here, and I don't know, I might as well take Tim's too, right? Sure, why not? He's just going to take it right back, but I don't care. Okay, I just demonstrated that you can take your opponents for you.
And I'm going to demonstrate. I mean, of course, I've only got 3 dice. I mean, what do you think I was going to do? Give me back mine!
No!
And sometimes this doesn't happen, though, folks, because sometimes you don't want to, you know, they may have one of yours, but you've already got yourself set up so well, you don't want to waste an action trying to recall. So they can get away. And what you do usually when you possess somebody, so just give me one of your dice. So let's say if I had Carmen's die.
Hey, that's mine.
And it was on my side of the board, what I would want to do is immediately try to use that one on an action space where it's going to be wasted anyways. That way, you know, it's serving its purpose, but it's getting away, and then I'm still keeping my own, if you can do that. That's the purpose of that.
Okay, this is simple. I'm going to put my horseshoe down here so that I can set myself up to journal.
Okay, so I've got a lot of dice. I've got a lot of variety and choices here. It's very tempting maybe to grab another card from over here, to be honest with you, but Carmen is really starting to clobber me badly in this game. I really like this card an awful lot, though. I mean, 3 mountain and 2 river. It's just too hard for me to pass that up. So I'm going to spend 2 of my chief heads. They're going to go up here now, and I'm going to grab that card and place it up here in my play area.
I just wanted to mention real quick, when he grabbed that card, he got another gray die. So he's got a bunch of gray die over here.
Sure does.
Okay, so this is kind of cool because I actually have this set up for this card next time, but I don't have enough journal dice to take all 3 of those, so there's no point in me setting that up. So I will just go ahead and we will journal this travel. So I have 1 mountain and 2 rivers. 1 mountain, 2 rivers. And then I have 2 more rivers, and that completes this fish card. So it's going to go under here. And then I choose a new one, which, I don't know, I hadn't really looked at them. I think I'll just take the one worth the most points.
Might as well.
And, yeah. Put that over there. There's our new one. Ooh, we have a mammal. I think I need a mammal, don't I?
Re-roll those 4.
I will re-roll the ones that are on my board.
There you go.
And that ends my turn.
And I'm just going to perform a recall. I'm going to bring these 2 guys back. And I'm going to... I'm just going to roll just these 2. So, all right. And I'll place them here. And I'm ready to go.
Okay, this is simple enough. This just works for everything. I swear every single turn I'm using this thing. So I'm going to place the gray die here so I don't lose it. And then I'm going to put this die here, and it's going to go onto the board. And then I am set up.
Okay, and I'm just going to take this die here and place it on that card right there. And if I wanted to, I could place my other horseshoes. I don't see a reason why not. Might as well just get myself set up. So I'll place another one right here on that space. And I don't really see any other spot where I could place a horseshoe that'd be beneficial. So that'll be it.
Yay! I get to use my super spiffy fancy card. I'm going to put this... Oh, wait, I can't. I can only do one at a time.
Right.
So the feet are going to go here. And then on my next turn, I can put that.
Yeah, something to note is she should have placed her feet in one action. I don't know why she didn't do that.
I could have placed all 3 in one action.
Yeah, I don't know why you held off and did them individually. That was silly.
I just wasted a turn.
Yes, you did. So now I am going to place feet. So I'm going to place this. Let me see here.
Left foot, right foot. Feet.
See, the thing is that I can get myself set up in several different ways because I could place a bunch of feet. So I'm going to place 2 feet here, and then that'll get rid of one of the dice, and that'll go over here.
Oh,
and then
feet you meet.
I'm going to place my other foot right up there in that spot. So right now I am set up that 1, 2, 3 different areas where I can take a journal and do a lot of movements.
Taking 2 turns to place these feet probably just messed me up for what I was going to do next. But, oh well.
That card is insane.
We'll put this right here, and we'll see what happens.
I think you already know what's going to happen. You're about to lose exactly what I think you was probably going for. So I'm going to take this action here. What this will allow me to do is I can move 3 mountain and 2 river. So river, I'll burn up right here. Mountain, 1, 2, 3.
That is exactly the card I wanted.
Both of these have now been accomplished. They're both going to slide under here as completed. We put a new one up here, and then I get to take another one of these journals, add it to my expedition thingy, and then I get to take a whole nother action as well. So let's see. I think I will take that because I just...
Really? Even though you're set up for 5 rivers?
I don't... Yeah, you're right. You're right. I am set up for 5 rivers. I need to think about that. So I will take this one, and I'll place it right there. So a new cards, and then this game's almost over because as soon as this deck runs out and we can't take a card or replace a card up here, that's when the game's going to end. Is it take or replace? I'm going to look that up. I can't remember. So anyways, so now these 3 dice are going to be re-rolled immediately. So. Oh,
I'm sorry. It's take. It's take.
Yeah, it's take when you can't take one. So they come down here, and now I get to take another immediate action. So I've got 5 rivers set up, like Carmen said. So if I wanted to, I could do this.
Are you allowed to just keep going like that?
Well, I can't do 2 in a row again, unfortunately. But I could complete this one right here, right now, by just simply placing this die right here. That is another journey that's taken place. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. So this one has been finished as well. We're going to slide that underneath. So now I select a new one. I'm going to take this tougher one. I need the points. And we're going to put the 6er there. That's going to slide that one up there. These 2 dice are now going to be re-rolled. And yeah, Carmen's kicking herself pretty badly for messing up on that.
Well, I just lucked out because the bird over here requires the same thing, basically. Yeah. So, yeah. So I can take that instead of the mammal. So this is going to go here, and this is going to go here, and I'm going to journal these journeys.
Journal these journeys. I'm going to journal these journeys.
Okay, so 1 mountain, 2 rivers, And then one more river.
So that completes
that. And that completes that.
And now you got 4 mountain.
And now I have 4 mountain left. So I'm going to go ahead and take this bird, which requires 3 mountain. So that's going to go under there too.
Reroll your dice. Oh wait, actually you select your card first. I select
my card first. I think I already have a fish. Let's see, 4 river.
Yeah, you've already got a fish.
I'll take this one, I guess. It's easier. Okay.
Set that up there now.
And then I'll roll my dice. I got a lot of feet.
And now you take another action.
I don't have journal. That's bad. Let's see. Well, that's going to allow me to do it. So I will take my feet and put one there. And then this. Oh, yeah. I don't want to make the same mistake again. I need to use all my feet. So do I want to do this one, or
I need to use all my feet?
I will go ahead and place some feet down here too. So okay, so we're gonna put
feet here and feet there and feet everywhere.
Feet, feet. Oh, how many feet you meet? All right, so this and this go over here on the board, and now I didn't mess up this time.
Yay! Okay, and I'm going to be real simple. I'm just going to place a horseshoe right up here. Start getting myself set up again.
I need dice.
Yeah, you do.
I'm going to take these and roll them, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm all over the place.
And I'm all over the place. I'm going to place a foot up here now.
Okay, to do what I need to do, I'm going to need 3 journal entries. The scary thing is, this is Tim's dice, and I could lose it anytime he decides to recall it. The thing is, I don't think he's going to do that, because he's got a ton of dice over here. I do have
plenty of dice.
So I'll just take my chances. I will use this horseshoe to go over here, and change these into 2 more journals, and we'll just see if I can hold on to that long enough. And this goes over here on the board.
Okay, so real simple for me. I'm going to place a native there. I'm going to place a native there. And oh my god, I am like set up majorly to be able to do some really, really awesome stuff here soon.
He's going to beat me again. And I'm not going to be able to do what I want.
And I hate him.
I'm going to put that right down there.
I don't think I'm going to beat you. I'm going to spin that to change both of these into journals.
Ha!
So, yeah, because I didn't have any journals, so I thought you knew that.
I did.
Now, I almost started recalling that one, to be honest, just to be a jerk. But I don't know. Is it really necessary? Exactly. Just to get 1 die just to prevent you? I don't.
Now, the thing that I thought of was that if he recalled this, he'd be able to re-roll his other dice. So he could have done that, re-rolled, and hoped for the best instead of using that one in order to change the other 2. But, okay, I'm going to place these now. Yay, me!
That makes up for you screwing up.
Whee! So. Okay, so 1 mountain and 2 rivers completes this one for 3 points.
All right, now you got a total of 5, which I'd imagine
now I have a total of 5
right
rivers, and this is 4 rivers right here. Yep. So, yes, there we go.
All right, so now you select your
Now I select
one.
a new one. This one's the easiest. Okay. I'm not going to be able to do anything else.
And then re-roll your dice, and you get another action.
Okay.
Re-roll all of them. There you go. And you get to immediately take another action.
Fancy. So. Okay. Well, my favorite card. We'll just put them right there.
Might as well.
Use Tim's feet.
There you go. Then you got rid of my die. That way you ain't got to sweat that
I don't have to worry about it.
Okie dokie. So I think I'm just going to complete my little travel here. So I'm just going to put those 3 there. That is enough to be able to complete this journey. So that'll slide that underneath right there. And re-roll these. Put them back on my player board. Oops, that was a foot, I believe.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And now I get to select another. I'm going to take this big one right here. It's going to be tough to complete, but I've got plenty of things set up here. The only thing I'm going to need to do is try to get a couple of mountain movement points, which that shouldn't be impossible to do.
In order to do what I want, and complete more than one journey, I'm going to need more dice. So I think I'll just grab these.
Maybe I'll just call mine back.
Fine with me.
Because I was thinking about doing that. But I think what I'll do instead is I'm going to use the ability of this card here to make this one into a foot. And I'm taking a foot action. So I'm going to place all three of these here. The two blue ones will go away. The gray one will stay down here. So put my blue feet over there. And now I am like primed to get a big turn here real soon.
I am frying my brain because I have so many dice and there's so many little tiny journeys out that I'm, I'm thinking I could possibly get 3 done in one turn like Tim did earlier, but I'm just done like thinking about it. So I'm just going to put these down here and that way I don't have to worry about that, and I'm going to put it back over here.
And now I am going to do a recall action and get all of these back and roll them again. And I need journals, which I did get 1, so that's nice.
This is where skill comes in, because I don't feel like messing with it. I don't feel like burning my brain anymore, so I'm just going to finish it so that I can just
move along, little
be
dog.
done. Okay, so this is going to give me 2 rivers right here, so that completes that. Now I have one mountain and 3 rivers. So there's a mountain and 2 rivers. I can just complete that one. So we'll do this.
All right.
And that is done.
Right. Okay, now select the new card.
Okay.
And then you'll re-roll your dice, and then you get another action.
Let's see. Do I want to do 2 rivers or... Yeah, this will give me 1 more point, basically. I'm going to try. I'm going to go for the big money. All right.
Okay. So re-roll those, and then you get to place dice again. There you go.
Oh. Okay. What do I need here? I need 2 mountains and a river, or a mountain. Ooh, 2 mountains and a... This would be good. Oh, looky there. So place that there. I've got another chief head. I don't think. I'll place the feet first because I don't know what I'm doing with the chiefs yet.
All right, so I'm just going to spend a foot here, and I'm going to turn both of these into journals.
One thing I wanted to point out real quick is that this is a fish, and I already have a fish, but if I complete another set, which I'm pretty sure I will, I think I have 2 birds, then it's actually going to be worth 5 points whenever I complete this one. So it's actually not a bad deal.
No.
So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I will put that up there, and this requires 2, so it's not going to do me any good to put 1 there, and I just don't really see any point to placing this other one, so I'm done.
All right, so this is going to be the end of the game because I am doing like, I'm going all out, and I'm going to be able to take all kinds of actions here. So basically, all 4 of these can take place. So we just need to get through this one, and I want to get through that one up there, and that would finish up the game. Technically, once I finish this, it would pretty much almost finish it, with the exception of that the game doesn't technically end until you can't take one of these cards up here. So, all right, so let's see. I need to be able to do 3 river spots. So I can do 3 river spots with this right here. So that's the 3 river right there. Now I need 2 mountain, so I can do the 2 mountain right there. I need 2 river right there, so that completes this one here. So that slides under. Now I still have 4 river. If I go up here, 1, 2, that completes this one as well. So I cannot take another card. That means the game is over. So what we do now is we are going to tally up all the points that you get at the end of the game. We'll see who won Discoveries.
All right, so something that Carmen failed to do, and I'm going to allow her to mulligan, is that she could have potentially, when you use a die, the side of it, you can use all of them, and you can use them on multiple actions. So
I wasn't sure because I wasn't sure if I could take this action, so I wanted to check the rule book.
So when she placed that up there on the expedition, she could have as well placed this one over here to take this friendly tradable card, which would give her that. She would have lost that. There you go. And the reason she wants to do that is just simply so that she gets more TPs.
More TPs.
That could possibly
end of game scoring.
Because that could possibly give her more points at the end of the game. All right, so the very first thing we do is we just go through and we add up the value of the cards that we have on our expeditions. So I've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 total points that I scored for my expeditions themselves.
Okay, I've got 15, 25, 34.
Okay. The next thing we do is we look at our sets of animals. So right here on our card, it tells you for each set, if you only have a single, it's worth 3, but if you can get all 4 of them, you get a bonus 24 points. I've got 3 of them here, so I get 15 bonus points. So 23 plus 15, I'm now at 38.
Okay, I get 18. So I had, what was it, 34 plus another 18, so that's what, 44, 52.
52 now to 38. You're clobbering me. Lastly, what we do is we add up the total TPs. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then sometimes they're on the cards. 8, 9. I have a total of 9 TPs.
I had 11.
Ah, how convenient. There's the 2. Otherwise, we would have tied, but it wouldn't have mattered. You still would have won. So that gives her a bonus 12 points. So you were at 53, I think?
52.
So you're at 52, so you're at 64. I was at 38, so then that puts me at 44. So, woo! Man, you slaughtered me a good one. Great game. So why don't we get into our concluding thoughts of what we think of Discoveries. Hey, it's about time you was able to win. I beat you in Queen Architect. Well, actually, you beat me in Little Prince as well, didn't you?
I?
Yeah, you beat me by 1 point, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So now you beat me in this, but you really kind of handed it to me in this one.
This game just couldn't have gone more smoothly for me. I mean, I got those tribe cards right off the bat that shows how powerful they are. I mean, it was just boom, boom, boom after that.
I don't think I've beaten you yet in this game. I think you beat me every single time.
That's why I like it.
That's why
Two thumbs up.
Yeah, it just seemed like early on I wasn't getting the tribal heads, the native heads, and unfortunately, you know, that forces you to have to take the action where you have to change your dice into what you need, and that almost feels like a wasted action in a sense.
Yeah.
So it does slow you down a little bit. I mean, I'm not whining, don't get me wrong. There is really, in my opinion, no negative about this game. I absolutely love it. I think it's phenomenal.
Well, you saw that you can actually mess up. You know, and it does require skill to keep all that in your head, try to do more than one journey at a time. Mm-hmm. So it's not just all luck with dice rolling in this game, even though it does involve dice. It's definitely not, you know, a dice roller.
No. I think that you have a lot of control over your actions that you're taking. Yeah. And for every bad roll, there's a way to kind of get out of it in a sense. And you don't necessarily immediately see it right off the bat, but the more you play and the more experienced you become with this game, the more you realize that you have a lot more options and variety than what you may initially feel like you have. And now, we did Nations, the dice game, not too long ago, and you know, that's like another game that went into dice form, whereas you got Nations, the board game, went into Nations, the dice game, and then we have Lewis and Clark that went into now Discoveries. This does not feel anything like Lewis and Clark.
No, it feels like a completely different game. Lewis and Clark, you're racing along the track the whole time. This doesn't feel like that at all, to tell you the truth. I do enjoy that game as well, but it's just really different.
Yeah, and I think for this one, it's one of those games that I feel like personally is one of the absolute best of the year. I'm shocked that I feel that way, to be honest with you, because I don't typically, I do like dice games, but they don't necessarily stand out amongst some of the other games that are released throughout the year. Most of the time, I mean, yeah, they're enjoyable experiences, but this one, because of, I guess, the variety to the game, you have so many different characters that you could add to your tableau to be able to take different types of actions. The fact that you could try to go for the combinations of the wildlife, or just go strictly for the victory points, or do like Carmen and just dominate in both areas. You know, there is a bit of strategy to it. Trying to set yourself up for long expeditions versus just trying to, you know, just single. Try to set up for doubles. And like I did, was even a triple, you know. To be able to do that is just, it's powerful. I think this is, to me, like I said, it's one of the top 10 games that I've played this year. It's phenomenal, works so well with just 2 players, and when you expand and you get even more players, that just adds more dice to the game because they have their own dice that they're playing with, plus you have more of the native dice that are available as well. That allows you then to really take advantage of that action. Like when you did use my 1 die,
right?
You're going to have more dice out there in a variety because you just have them 2 sides of the river. You grab all of those, you could be taken, from 3 other players, and it's a great and cool experience. But then you also have that threat that they're going to recall at any time.
Exactly. I mean, I think that this game is really all about timing. You're trying to set yourself up for 2 and 3 combos, but at the same time, if you time it wrong, one of your opponents is going to grab the journey that you were going for that's over there in the tableau still. So you've got to keep that in mind, and you got to grab the dice, recall them at just the right time.
Well, I rambled on for quite a bit about how much I really like the game.
Exactly.
Why don't you just go ahead and...
Well, you just covered everything. I mean...
Did I take
honestly,
all your thoughts?
From the very beginning of the game, you're setting yourself up to make the journeys. I mean, you're choosing which tribal cards are going to help you the most, and I just lucked out, and I got the best ones right off the bat in this game.
You did get good ones. You did.
I did.
Yeah.
I got really
but I don't
good
think that
tribal
necessarily
cards.
won you the game.
Yeah.
You just did really well right off the bat. Now, I could have sacrificed the die to change 2 of my dice to tribal heads to try to get the cards, and I just chose not to do that. That did affect me. Right. That was my own fault.
That's one thing. I always go for those cards right off the bat because you can travel so much faster with those tribes than you can on your own game.
The only thing I thought you messed up on was like using the gray dice to get more, and you're sacrificing them. You want to hang on to the gray dice if you can.
Right. I realized that, but at the same time, those cards were so good that I just went for it. Yeah.
So ultimately, you like the game. You recommend the game. What do you?
Ultimately, I love the game. I have to be honest. When we played Nations the Dice game, I was pretty much blown away by that one. I was like, ooh, I want to play again. This one's even better, I mean, I don't like making comparisons, but there you go.
Yes, you do. She's always
making comparisons. That's all I do, all the time.
My child's better than your child. Yeah, and I'm the same. I think that this one is better than Nations the Dice game. I think it's phenomenal. I highly recommend it. Works very well with 2 players. Works very well with 4 players. All around a great experience. So, all right, that pretty much wraps this one up then. We hope you guys enjoyed this one. We got more videos coming out. We have a Kickstarter as well that we're working on, plus a plethora, I said it in the last one, I'll say it again, a plethora of other videos that we have a slew of other games that we are going to be getting to as well. So, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.